we are here in a most amazing setting. We are blessed with glorious, glorious sunshine here today. On camera at the moment, of course, is Bernard. And we are here in the secret garden. And my goodness, this is a secret I am delighted has been revealed. Because, Sarah, this is something so, so special here. What a location.
I know, it's a beautiful, beautiful spot. We are kind of tucked away a little bit, and it is a bit of an effort to find us. But I think once you do, you're delighted you're here, and we get people coming back time and time again.
And actually, yes, it's the setting here. Really, we feel that we're in a location that is special to so many people, and it's now being discovered by so many at this particular point.
Yeah, we have people coming from all over. We have customers coming from Cork City, from Killarney, from Limerick, from Tralee, and I think they come here for the peace and quiet, although the ducks can be a little noisy, as you've heard. But it's a little escape, it's a little sanctuary that they can come to and wander around. They can go and have tea, look at the flowers, and just have peace and quiet. So.
Wonderful. And Sarah has even arranged this most beautiful sunshine today. Today is the 14th of November, 2010, and my goodness, we wouldn't expect a day like today.
No, especially after yesterday. It was appalling weather. It was windy and cold and miserable, and I was praying for this weather today, and weren't we blessed?
Wow.
I hope that over the coming months you'll get to share a lot with us. We're really looking forward to it. Very excited. There's a lot to be getting on with now, but once we come to the spring, the whole garden's going to come alive. There'll be lots to be getting on with, and what we want to do is give people tips and ideas and inspire them to go out and grow some veg themselves.
Tremendous. And of course, we would hugely encourage people to visit this most amazing concept that I can't even imagine was anywhere in County Cork itself. Again, to let people know where the location is so that people can find this secret garden.
Okay, we're kind of nestled in a triangle between Newmarket, Canturk and Boherbue. So we would be signposted off the main road. So we're signposted off the Newmarket Canturk Road and the Newmarket Boherbue Road. So you'd be able to find us from those signposts. So
and you are open?
We're open from Tuesday to Sunday. On the weekdays we're open from 10 until 5 in the winter, and on Sundays we're open from 1 until 5, and we'll be open bank holiday Mondays as well.
Tremendous. My goodness, that's great dedication. And now, Sarah, of course, is going to take us on a very special trip on this, our very first visit here to the Secret Garden. To give us an idea, Sarah, what is actually going to happen here today now with us?
We're going to get on with some seasonal jobs today. Although it's the winter, there is still a lot to be doing. We're going to do some rhubarb planting, and we're also going to put in some onion sets and some garlic as well. So plenty to be getting on with.
Sean Murphy and Jerry O'Riordan, are you listening to all of this? There's a lot of work involved.
Oh, absolutely. There's never a quiet day in the garden. So we'll keep you busy. I hope you've got your wellies on. You ready for some digging?
So at this particular point then, let's join Sarah as we continue our wonderful, wonderful visit here to the Secret Garden. And so here we are inside in the polytunnel. And Sarah, you are ready to address our many different viewers.
Okay, well, what we're going to talk about now is planting onions. Now, this is a job perfect for this time of year. Very easy, 5 minutes. Now, we're very lucky because we do have a polytunnel, so we have protection. However, if you do want to grow onions outside through the winter, you can do so. The tricks are to have really good drainage, and then you can create yourself something with bamboo canes and a bit of fleece and cover it, and that would give you exactly the same effect. But they're fine outside as long as you do have good drainage. Now, the soil here is very well worked. You can see it's nice and dry and very good drainage. And literally with onion sets, it's as easy as just taking your onion, making sure that you've got the bottom end down. Let's see if I can find one that's, well, actually there's one that's, let's see if I can find one where it's more obvious. You can see there's a very flat basal bottom. That's where the roots are going to come out. Yeah. And literally just take your onion and pop in, and that's it. And you should just be able to see the top of it sticking out of the ground. And that is it. You just pop them in. Now with these, the reason you plant them this time of year is that you can either harvest them in the spring as spring onions, or you can leave them in the ground for a little bit longer and harvest them as main crop onions, large onions. But you'll be lifting these about a month before you would your main crop. So it gives you a longer cropping season with your crops. And the perfect thing is that when you do lift these, it'll be around June, when you'll be needing more space in the polytunnel for your tomato plants, which are getting bigger, or maybe cucumbers, melons, anything like that. So as they come out, the space to be freed up for other plants. And that's literally it. And then you'd water them in. That easy.
And a factor there that Sarah was reminding us that we noticed that two hens decided to join us here in the polytunnel, and apparently not always welcome in the polytunnel.
No, unfortunately my girls are very badly behaved around the vegetable patch, and they're on best behaviour now because you're looking with the camera. But if you turned your back for 1 minute, they'd be in there raking up everything and there would be nothing left. And actually, while we're here, I should point out as well, salad crops. Again, perfect for a polytunnel, but you can grow these in a window box. And if you look beside you here, we've got mustard and rocket, and I think there's mabuna in there as well, the Japanese salad leaves. They're perfectly hardy and will carry on growing through the winter. They'll grow outside, and you can carry on cropping them and have salads right through the winter rather than buying those bagged salads that taste of chlorine and cost a lot of money.
The advantages of a polytunnel.
A longer growing season, so you can start things in here earlier than you would if you just had outdoor space. They're protected from the weather, and we do have incredibly wet winters when things can rot in the ground. This keeps them dry, keeps the frost off, and then you can have your tomatoes in here as well in the summer. The crops that need that hot weather, so peppers, for example, we had peppers in here in the summer and they did very well this year. And then we'll keep the salad crops in here through the winter, and our onions as well.
So now, Sarah, we are now going to turn to
Garlic.
So we've just moved outside the polytunnel at this point because it's garlic time.
Absolutely. Garlic is a very easy crop to grow. This is the perfect time of year to be putting it in because it actually needs a cold spell to set the bulb for the spring. So you buy your pack of garlic. This particular one is Cristo, which would be a very strong French variety. And if you're growing garlic, you might as well grow strong and French, I think. Now what you get is the bulbs of garlic. Now, a lot of people ask why they can't use garlic from the supermarket, and the reason they can't is that it can carry a lot of disease or virus. Whereas if you start with fresh stock, you're guaranteed that there's no disease or virus within it. And what you do is you separate the bulb and then split it out so you get all the cloves as if you were using it for cooking. And then each one of these is actually going to form a bulb. So it's great value from each one of those. You're going to have one big bulb of garlic. So well worth doing. Now we're going to put ours in this cold frame here, this old cold frame, which was actually rescued from the old walled garden in Anne's Grove when it closed down. So they're a bit old.
Town Road.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Now the reason we have the lids on it isn't because they need protection, it's because of our hens, who you saw already, the damage that they can wreak in the polytunnel. They would do exactly the same here. They would be pulling up everything that we plant. So I'm just going to pop these in. There's my glamorous assistant just raking for me.
This is Alan being very, very helpful.
Just for the cameras. Of course. Right, so you take your clove of garlic and literally just pop it into the ground. Where you want it is about an inch below the surface. And then, again, just your one clove rather, down below and cover over. And it's as simple as that. But what I want to show you is garlic that we planted earlier, so just behind you here.
I love this. It's like saying...
Here's one I made earlier. I've wanted to say that for so long. And here we go. These were planted the first weekend in October. So you can see they're up and established. The leaves are up. They're not going to do a huge amount over the winter, but come the spring, they'll fly. So perfect
Absolutely.
way of doing it.
One made earlier there.
Thank you.
And
Nice
looking
easy.
really well.
And that's it. That's the only way to do it. Is very simple, and you'll have a good crop of garlic. You can lift them in around June. You'll know when they're ready to harvest because the leaves will start to dry and brown, and then you can lift them and dry them. And if you're really clever, you can tie them in knots like the French do and have them hanging in an outbuilding.
And of course, garlic, great for the health.
Oh, fantastic for the health. You know, for colds, for immune system, everything. It's very, very good for you.
So from Sarah to Alan, and still absolute perfect sunshine. Alan, over to you.
I must apologise for the squinting to start with because the sun's in my eyes. Well, I'll do my best not to. We're just going to show you how to put in a stall of rhubarb. Probably one of the most popular of the vegetables, and it is a vegetable, obviously not a fruit, because you're eating the leaves.
That's interesting, you know. I always thought that rhubarb was
Everybody thinks of it as being a fruit, but of course it's no more a fruit than a cabbage is a fruit, you know, because it's the leaves of the plant that you're eating. Or the stalks of the leaves, not the leaves, because the leaves are actually poisonous, so just to make that point. So what you need, the conditions again, as Sarah was saying with the in terms of the garlic and the onions, is we've got great conditions in the moment because there's lots of moisture in there, which is what the garlic, which is what the rhubarb likes. And the other thing that rhubarb likes, rhubarb is very hungry, so a good bit of farmyard manure mixed in with the soil when you're preparing the ground. And one of the things I would always recommend, we're in one of the best parts of the country to get hold of farmyard manure, and if you've got the space and you know of a farmer who's got cattle on straw or horses or anything like that, get yourself a wagon load of farmyard manure and just leave it in a corner of the garden. Put a tarpaulin over the top of it and leave it for a year, and you'll have some of the greatest medium for putting around any of your shrubs, any of your plants, any of your vegetables, and for nothing as well. So always, I add it to everything that I put in, mostly. There's a few things that you can't use raw manure on, but mainly with crops like this, lots of good farmyard manure in with it, and it does a huge amount for the plants. So all we're doing, there's the root system. This is the stall. It's literally just been dug up, and the old root system would have been about this big, and it's just been chopped down with a spade. So you've got lots of little. This will eventually turn into a big, large root system, which again then can be divided. So out of one plant you can make probably half a dozen. So just into the ground it goes, like so. Keep the roots under the ground. Make sure the roots are all covered because that's important in terms of you don't want it frosted. Just leave it slightly proud. Lots of good drainage under there, but also lots of moisture. Sounds like a contradiction in terms, but it's one of the best growing conditions. So moisture retentive soil, but not waterlogged, and that way you'll have the best growing conditions. And then what I do is
we have a visitor.
I have a visitor. You can guarantee she'll turn up whenever I'm doing anything like this. A good mulch of the manure around the top of the stool. And to be honest with you, they can't have too much. They just absolutely love the manure. And this is a bagged, very well composted farmyard manure, so it's perfect for the job. And then one of the other things that I do, if you've got an old broken pot like this, or a couple of old tyres like this, put them round the stool, and that will force your rhubarb, because it's actually depriving the base of the plant of light. So the plant is looking for light, so up it comes to the light, and it comes up at a much quicker rate than it would do if it was just sitting in the ground. And it also offers a little bit of protection against frost and bad weather conditions.
Well, it's 3:20 and it's the 14th of November 2010. And this has been our very first visit to the Secret Garden. And my goodness, what a revelation it's been. We've just enjoyed an absolutely beautiful tea in a Miss Courtney tea room setting here at the Secret Gardens. And Sarah, it has been so special. I must say, what we have seen revealed today has been just astounding.
I'm glad you've discovered the Secret Garden today, and we've had great fun as well this afternoon, and we're looking forward to you coming back.
There's a brochure available which illustrates everything about Secret Garden.
Absolutely, and we're online as well. The website is www.thesecretgardener.com. And
Gardener.
thesecretgardener.com, and you can also follow us on Facebook as well. We post things regularly there, and on Facebook we're under the Secret Garden Centre.
Absolutely tremendous altar. And I think our next visit is actually going to be in December, because something rather special is going to happen on the 8th of December.
That's right, we've actually got the real Santa Claus here on the 8th of December. He makes a special visit to us every year, so we're looking forward to seeing him again, and it'll be a lovely magical evening. So do come along and join us.
Well, that's a special date here at the Secret Garden.